Okay, so this video is going to be kind of a redo of one of my old videos from last year. I made a video about the history of Disney, and it wasn't that good or that long, and I may or may not have been angry at one of my friends for hating on Disney. I won't say who, and also if you're watching this. Yeah, but anyway, I'm going to do this updated version, so let's get started on the history of Disney. Walt Disney was born in December of 1901, and he grew up on a farm, and he moved to, I believe it was LA with his brother Roy, and they made these silent cartoons called Laugh-O-Grams. There aren't many available today, but then he founded Disney Company, which made the Alice comedies for the longest time. And then Walt decided to create a cartoon character, Oswald the Lucky Rabbit, to star in his cartoons. However, Oswald was basically taken away by Universal, and Walt came up with another character to fit Oswald's place, and this was, of course, Mickey Mouse, who made his debut in Steamboat Willie, has basically become a sensation since then, and he's basically the mascot of Disney, and he appeared in many cartoons along with Minnie Mouse and Goofy. And then Disney made the Silly Symphonies, which were short cartoons focused on music with very, very simple storylines. They started out as black and white, and then they became Technicolor, and the first of these Silly Symphonies to be made was The Skeleton Dance, which featured 4 skeletons dancing in a graveyard. But yeah, he made more Silly Symphonies, such as the hit Three Little Pigs, Flowers and Trees, the first Technicolor cartoon, The Old Mill, which is a multi-playing camera, and The Goddess of Spring, which is one of my favorites. Then he made the first full-length feature film, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, which is based on the fairy tale of the same name by the Brothers Grimm, and it was a success. It was the first full animated feature film ever, and yeah, it was definitely a lot, and Disney was definitely on the right track with Mickey Mouse, the Silly Symphonies, and different cartoons. Well, I think the Silly Symphonies ended by now. But then he made Pinocchio after Snow White, which wasn't that big of a hit, and then he decided to make Fantasia, which is basically one long Silly Symphony, and it's great. He decided to put visuals to music with such segments as Sorcerer's Apprentice, Night on Bald Mountain, and the idea for Fantasia actually grew out of an idea to make a Mickey Mouse Sorcerer's Apprentice Silly Symphony-like cartoon, but yeah, Fantasia is a visual masterpiece. It didn't do that well, though, but yeah, in my opinion, it's actually pretty good. After Fantasia, they did more feature films like Dumbo and Bambi, and then World War II hit, and they couldn't really make any real feature films, so they decided to make package films like Melody Time, Make My Music, and Fun and Fancy Free, which are basically Silly Symphonies and short subjects. Then, after World War II, the studio was back on track, and they made Cinderella. And then after that, they made Alice in Wonderland, one of my personal favorites, as well as Peter Pan. They also made Sleeping Beauty and 101 Dalmatians. And then Walt sadly died, and the last film he got to work on was The Jungle Book. And the studio didn't really know what to do without him, but they continued making animated films. Some of these included The Rescuers and Oliver and Company. Then they headed into a renaissance of sorts, starting with the release of The Little Mermaid, which headed into many, many hit films, such as Beauty and the Beast, Aladdin, The Lion King. And then when Toy Story came out from Pixar, which Disney basically bought, they decided to use some CGI in their films, and especially in like the 2010s, this became prominent with the hit Frozen and Tangled. And today, Disney still keeps making hit films, such as the worldwide success Encanto, as well as the newer, not so much of a success, Strange World. But yeah. But there you go. That's the history of the Walt Disney Company. Basically, in a nutshell. I know I left out a lot of details, so don't get on to me in the comments. But yeah. And yes, before you mention it, in 1995, Walt Disney opened a theme park called Disneyland, which had rides and stuff and shows and restaurants based on their feature films, and it's expanding today. Even got a second park, or Disney California Adventure, and yeah, great place. And then in 1971, they opened Walt Disney World, which eventually grew into Epcot, Hollywood Studios, and the Animal Kingdom. So yeah. Disney went from making silly symphonies and Mickey Mouse cartoons to making beautiful feature films, to making great hits that are still prominent today. So yeah, that's the history of Disney. Bye.